Can everybody see me okay? Okay, so Qigong, that is breathing exercises. You could think of it as almost like a kin or a cousin to yoga. It's very similar in a lot of ways. It's not as big, generally speaking, it's not as big on the stretching that yoga is, but there's still some of that. It's just not as much. There is a lot of different sets or different routines of Qigong, just like how there's different routines of martial arts, Kung Fu or karate or whatever. Some people would even say that Qigong is part of martial arts. I kind of think of it as a bridge, or maybe one extreme, where you have your Qigong, your breathing exercises over here, and then you have your martial arts, and in the middle you have something like Tai Chi. That's kind of how I think of it. So it is related. Matter of fact, according to the old legends, when the monk Bodhidharma came from India into China, the first thing he taught the monks there was Qigong. It was not martial arts first. And then from Qigong, you got the Chinese martial arts. Now, there's also another possibility, and this one actually has some historical evidence to support it, that all that actually came from Alexander the Great when he invaded the western part of what now we think of as India. His soldiers taught their hand-to-hand style, Pankratya, to people in India, and then they transferred it on to China, but it had added the yoga or Qigong, what would become Qigong, in with it, and that's how you got that type of martial art. Which is true? I don't know. There's evidence for both, so pick whichever one you like. So we'll start off with some exercises, then we'll do our Qigong. And I'll kind of jump around with a bunch of different sets, different traditions of the Qigong, and you can kind of see what you like the best. Alright, so first, just warm-ups. Arms up, point your fingers at the ceiling, and circle. Okay, every time you circle, they get bigger and bigger. Now, other way. This time it gets smaller and smaller. Hands here. Big circle. Other way.
Can you hear the popping and cracking that's coming out of it?
I thought that popping and cracking was from my shoulders. So now arms down, tilt your head. Now these stretches that we're doing for warm-ups, those are not really Qigong because we're not breathing along with it in a very focused, specific way. But you could turn them into that. Tilt your head the other way. Qigong, Qi, means energy or maybe breath if you translated it. And Gong means work or effort. So breath work, energy work. Head back. Head forward. Head straight, look over your left shoulder. Qigong is not inherently religious in any way. I mean, but sure, some people could kind of put that slant on it, but people can put that slant on anything. So you heard that up. Head forward, feet together, hands on the hips. Big circle. Other way. Good. Hands together. Circle the wrist. Circle the other way. Good. Stretch it out. Now, one foot stays flat on the ground, the other foot kind of comes up on the toes, and circle the ankle, and other way. Now switch, other side, circle, other way. Keep on going, I'll be right with you. Okay. Alright, now let's do a fun little, best we can, a fun little leg stretch. This is not part of Qigong. So, this is dynamic leg stretches. Do your best. If you can't do it, that's okay. Right leg forward, hands up, back leg, or left leg back. We're going to start low, bring it up and down. Do not bend the knee. This is not a kick, it's a stretch. So here and down. Every time I count, it's going to go higher. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch feet. So 1, 2, go as high as you can. That means even if high as you can goes there, that's fine. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, excellent. Alright, so now let's jump right into Qigong. There's a bunch of different sets. We will start with the Xingyi. Xingyi is the primary Chinese martial arts I teach. Primary kind of base of our style. And it has several Qigong techniques, but that's not really its bread and butter, but it has a few really good ones. This first one, though, is one of my favorites. It is called Pick Up the Moon from the Bottom of the Sea. So you start with your hands here. Now breathe in through your nose. Now, as you're breathing in, it's just like Miyagi said, Sensei Miyagi. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. When you breathe in through your nose, touch the tip of your tongue against the roof of your mouth. Do not touch it to your teeth. Okay, so breathe in through your nose. Now breathe out, arms go up. That should be a relaxed breathing out, don't strain it. Now breathe in, hands come back to the chest. Now breathe out, and when you do that, your palms turn and go down here. Okay? And kind of like you're watching the moon in the ocean. And come up, breathe in. Breathe out. 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 Breathe in. And out. Ooh, it's one of my favorite ones. That was Pick Up the Moon from the Bottom of the Sea. Now we're going to do another one, and you'll start to see this one is actually pretty similar to another one we'll do, but I like them both, so that's alright. So this one is the snatching dragon, think of like an eagle swooping down the sky and snatching a fish out of the lake. So same thing, except it's dragon, alright? Because dragons are cool. So start with your hands here. So we breathe in. Now, the reason we do that is if you think about the general pattern of the Qigong and also your internal styles like Xingyi and Tai Chi, generally when you put your arms out away from the center of your body or something like that, you breathe out. And as you pull it back in, you breathe in. So oftentimes you have to start without a movement, but breathing in. Okay? So breathe in. You're in a kind of a high horse stance here. Go low if you want, or go high, or just stand there. Whatever. So breathe in. Now breathe out. Arm comes out and turns. Kind of think like you're holding a ball, like a big softball. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now I said there'll be another one similar to this one. Breathe in. It's very similar, but on this one you're not trying to be as tense. So kind of relax as you're doing it. Don't worry about the stretch. Breathe in. Worry about breathing. Stretching. Let your muscles in your arms relax and stretch at the same time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's do one more round. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, good. All right, so the stretching dragon, or grasping, snatching dragon. Next one, also a dragon. Lots of dragons in here, by the way. Just let me tell you that right up front. Twisting dragon, or it's a lot of times called dragon turns its head. So officially, if I have it listed, that's how I list it. So start here. You're holding the ball. So you breathe in, and you breathe out, and we're going to turn, and our hands rotate around the body. So you got this twisting motion. Or if think of the second Karate Kid movie, that drum technique. It's very similar to that. Or Chris, it's very Bagua, you and I would think. Right? So breathe in. We're starting. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Keep your feet in one spot. Breathe out. Breathe in. 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 Breathe out. Breathe in, come back to center. And breathe out. Okay, that is dragon turns its head. Now we're going to sort of make a transition. This next one is in two sets. It's in the Xingyi set that we do. I've seen it as a standalone, and I've seen it in another set that we're about to do. Okay, it's called Eagle Push. This one's a little bit more difficult. It requires more flexibility and strength in your legs. If you can't do it, that's fine. So this one, hold the ball again. So we breathe in. Now, I'm going to go from here. I'm going to sink to my right leg. My left leg's going to go straight. As I do that, my right hand goes up, left arm goes down. So breathe in, breathe out. If you want to go really low, you can. Breathe in, breathe out. 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 Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay. You will notice too, a lot of these different exercises have the same idea in mind. They're trying to accomplish the same thing. So my original grandmaster, he tells a story about when he traveled to China once. Well, actually, he was my great grandmaster. But he tells a story when he traveled to China, he met a lady that she knew over 10,000 different Qigong exercises. I can totally believe that. There's so many different sets and so many variations on the sets. I teach about 3, maybe 4 sets. I don't want to do that for variety's sake. I really, when I practice on my own, I've got about 5 that I do. And so if you are not teaching and you're just doing it for health, in my opinion, you don't need that many. Okay? So the next set or the next Qigong tradition is called 8 pieces of brocade. This is, in a lot of ways, the granddaddy, or at least maybe one of the most common you'll see. It's very basic. You'll see it a lot. And according to the original thought, according to the legend, maybe, I don't know if that's the proper way to say it, but according to that, it's very much concerned with health and well-being and that kind of thing. It's not really so much about how to clear your mind to be more prepared for combat. It's more about, you know, this is how you get rid of muscle aches. This is how you get rid of gout, you know, whatever they thought at the time. Alright, so the first one is really simple, and I may get the numbers mixed up on this. I've done them so long, I can't remember really which is first, second, third, and fourth. There are 8, just like the name indicates. But to me, this is the first one, so we're going to do it first. So this is reach for heaven. So put your hands together, interlaced. Hands above your head. So you're going to breathe in through your nose. Because again, we're going to start with a full breath and then breathe out as we push. Okay, so we're going to breathe out. Stretch the arms up as far as you can. And then breathe it in. In through nose, out through mouth. Danielson. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, once you get good at it, breathe in. You will come up on your toes, in the front of your feet as you're stretching out, and still keep your balance. Try to do it slowly. Breathe in as we come down. Breathe out. Breathe in. 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 And relax. Okay, we got any questions on that so far? Okay, so the next one, pretty similar. I find it a little bit more complicated. It's almost like trying to, you know, pat your head and rub your belly. It's a little hard to do sometimes. So in this one, starts off sort of the same. We're here, we got the same posture. One arm goes up, another arm goes down. This is heaven and earth. So we're going to breathe in, breathe out. Arm pushes up, the one up top extends as far as it can. The one down low pushes down as far as it can. Come up on your toes if you can. Breathe in, and then switch. Breathe in, switch. Breathe in, switch. Breathe in. Breathe out. Switching the hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. This is one of those that I do this one quite often. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And shake it out. This next one, I'm always reminded of Mr. Burns from The Simpsons on a particular episode. This is pull the boat, and it looks just like pull the boat. Traditionally, it was done in a horse stance. I kind of think of it as a high horse stance. If you want to do it from a standing position or kind of just this base position, that's okay too. If you're in a low horse stance, that's okay, whichever. And this one, you can put a lot of variations in it. But the basic, simple one, we start here. We're going to breathe in. Breathe out. Draw your bow back. Open up your chest. Pull the arms, muscles back. Breathe in. Now, we can either keep on doing it the same side, or we can rotate. Breathe out. So either one's fine. Whatever you're trying to accomplish. If you need to just work that side, I know a lot of traditionalists would say make sure you switch back and forth. I'm not a traditionalist. I say do what you need. If it feels very uneven, then sure, you might want to do both sides. But I can see reasons why you'd focus on one. So breathe in, breathe out. 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 If you want to get low with it, you can. So you breathe in, breathe out. Or go the other way. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. All right, excellent.
Does it matter where your body goes? Sometimes you were like staying straight, sometimes you were like shifting your balance.
Yeah, that's all part of the variations on it. You can do that however you feel helps you the most.
Okay.
So find a groove that works for you and go with it. That's what I say. All right. Is that one okay? All right. This next one I really enjoy. It's one of the ones I practice quite a bit, actually. Once you start really getting the groove on this one, it really does help to get in a lower stance, I feel like, but you don't have to, okay? This one's called Stomping Dragon, and unlike the name, you won't actually stomp as part of it, but in a interesting way, you will sometimes feel like the move makes you want to stomp. Okay, so we're starting a horse stance. Hands here. This is going to be very similar to the snatching dragon. That one's also called Lion Turns the Ball, by the way. Just popped into my head. The one we did earlier. So anyway, this one's here, Stomping Dragon. So you're going to breathe in. As you breathe in, this comes around like a block. Okay? So here. Then you breathe out, and you sink your weight down. So imagine you're breathing in. You can kind of let your stance go kind of high, and you breathe out, and you sink your weight. Your stance gets lower. Breathe in, breathe out. Traditionally, it was done with a reverse punch, but since our style, we don't really do that anymore. We stick to vertical or some other punches. I don't want to mess that up, so that's how I do it now. So breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, Breathe out. Breathe in. 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 Breathe out. And that is Stomping Dragon. Those are all from 8 pieces of brocade, that routine. Okay. Chris, or those who've been around as long as Chris and I have, you'll notice that one is very similar to the old form of training we used to do called Iron Man or Iron Shirt training. Really similar to that. All right. So this next one's a special one. This is one I used to love to do with students. I still love doing it with students. It is, to me, the one that most feels like yoga, or at least the yoga I've done. And so a lot of times, if nomenclature is not a big deal, I will call this yoga for people who really don't know or care to know the differences. So a lot of times at work, I actually do this qigong in classes, but I'll call it yoga because, you know, students really don't care. They just want to do an exercise. And then if someone asks me, they'll explain the difference. So this set is called the Yi Ching Ching. So changing muscle and tendon. All right. There are 49 exercises in this set. Generally speaking, they start easy and get progressively harder. The 49th one is insanely hard in my opinion. I cannot do the 49th one. I have two friends. One that I saw do it once, one that can do it fairly easy. But he's a machine. He's not human. There are some exceptions to that. There's a few, like you'll get in the mid-30s, and you're like, wow, that was kind of easy. But then the one after it and the one before will be really hard. So it starts off not too bad. So the first one, let me tell you the legend. The legend is if you can do all 49 of the exercises 49 times a piece, you will become so healthy that you'll become immortal. I've not known anyone that in real life that's done that yet, so if you can do that, please let me know. So the first one is here. Just like all of them, you're going to breathe in through your nose. Breathe in through your mouth. As you breathe in, your stomach expands. Breathe out and spread your arms apart. Pretend you are Samson, pushing the walls apart. Or, even better, pretend you are in Star Wars Episode 4 and you're in the garbage compactor and you're trying to push those walls apart. So breathe in. As you breathe in, your hands stay in the same position. They don't retract like in some of the other qigong moves. Breathe out. Push your arms apart. Stay there as you breathe in. Breathe out. Push it further out. Stay there as you breathe in. Breathe out. Push it further out. Stay there as you breathe in. Breathe out. Push it further out. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right. Relax. I did this with a group of students over in Haydn once in about 2003, something like that. 2003. We did all 49 of those. Well, we did that first one 49 times, and everybody was sore after that. We did not really get to the second or third. Now, the second one sort of seems kind of easy, but there was a time in my life I was getting carpal tunnel in my wrist, and I did this a lot, and it really made it feel a lot better. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me. So on this one, what's going to happen is your arms are going to be like this, right? Both of them palm down. And what we're going to do, we're going to breathe in. As we breathe in, it's like try to pull our arms back like this. Okay, our hands back. I'm sorry, pull our hands back. All right, so like we're coming back, but you do it without bending your elbow. So stay there as you breathe in. Now breathe out. Pull your fingers back, keeping your arms straight. Do not bend the elbow. Stay there as you breathe in. Breathe out. Going back further. Stay there as you breathe in. Breathe out. Pull it back further. Stay there as you breathe in. Breathe out. Pull it back even further. Stay there as you breathe in. Breathe out, pull it back further. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time, breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Excellent. How's that feel? Good. This next one is called Squeeze the Ball. I've actually got a really funny story with this one, but we're not going to tell it right now on camera. So this one is a little bit different than the two we just did. The two we just did, once you achieve a position, you try not to relax from that position. Right? This one you will. So you're going to stay here. You're going to breathe in through your nose, just start it off. Breathe out. No, wait, I'm sorry, let me start over. So breathe in. That one always throws me off. Now, on that motion, you're going to stay relaxed. Now breathe out. And as you breathe out, squeeze all your muscles. So this is called Squeeze the Ball. So imagine you've got a big beach ball. You're trying to bust that beach ball. You're trying to squeeze it. Breathe in, relax. Breathe out. 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 Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right. My back feels better already. All right, so this next one, this is number 5, I believe. This is called laughing posture, okay? I'll turn sideways to sort of show you a little bit better what it'll look like. I'm not the greatest at it. One of our students, who is now a teacher out of Hacker Elementary, does it so well that she come all the way back. It was amazing. So we're going to go side to side on this, arms up. We stay there as we breathe in. Breathe out and tilt back. Now, don't come up in. Once you get to that position, stay there. As you breathe in, breathe out, and go back further. Try to keep your balance. Please don't fall. Please don't hurt yourself. Breathe out. Stay there as you breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. There we go. is the laughing posture. If you stay in a certain position, certain depth back, and you can't get out, your stomach will start to shake from muscular fatigue, so I assume that's where the name comes from. So I'm going to do another one. Make sure we get the floor. Okay, so this one, there's really three. Bend the bow, rising dragon, bend the moon. So we'll do two. So the first one, rising dragon, it's pretty difficult, but doable. So in it, we're going to lay down on our stomach if you can. If you can't, then just watch or do something different. Now, take both your hands, put them behind your head. From there, what we're going to do is, when I breathe in, I'm going to keep my position. When I breathe out, I'm going to raise my head and my chest off of the floor. Right, so stay there and breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Keep your legs straight. Do not let your legs come up. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. And down. So that was Rising Dragon. I have all of these with a brief description written down in my notes somewhere, and I think it's digital. I hope, cross fingers, that I still have it. If anybody would like a copy, let me know. I'll see if I can find them. The next one, bend the bow. Take your arms, put them here to the side. Now, you're going to keep your feet together. Try not to bend your knees. It's hard, but try not to. Stay there as you breathe in. And then as you breathe out, lift your knees and your hips off the ground. Stay there as you breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Just like that. So, that is some, not all by a long shot, that is some of the Yi Ching Ching. So we have done the Yi Ching Ching tradition of Qigong. We have done some of the 8 pieces of brocade tradition of Qigong. And we've done a little bit of Xing Yi tradition of Qigong. There are lots of different ones. You can find all this